Welcome to the AI4EU Cafe today with our speaker Sergio Gasmeroli. He's the research coordinator at Politecnica di Milano. And the title of the cafe today is The Regional Dimension of the AI on Demand Platform in H2020, the DIH4AI Innovation Action. My name is Carmen McWilliams, and I'm the moderator and organizer of this cafe. I'm the director of the company Grassroot Arts, and I'm partner in the European AI4EU project. So as always, please take notice that this session will be recorded. No confidential information shall be shared in this cafe session. In this cafe, the speakers express their personal view and opinions. This is not necessarily the official AI4EU opinion. And what is this cafe about? The web cafe offers a series of live web sessions which is taking place regularly. The cafe is an online forum to gain insight into the European AI scene. Participants get the chance to share knowledge and experiences and meet stakeholders from various areas of AI research and application. Now again, I see the participants coming here, the visitors of the cafe filling in. Great you're here, great you're back. So as you know, always this is an interactive session. If you have questions, please write them down. There's a chat box and a text box for your questions, and I will read them after the presentation to the speaker. So now we come to the highlight, and that's our speaker today. After all this introduction, welcome Sergio in our cafe, and I will introduce you. Sergio Gasmeroli is a research coordinator at Politecnico di Milano in Italy. Born in Sondrio, Italy in 1961, he finalized his education at Politecnico di Milano in 1986. After several experiences in different branches of the ICT domain, in June 2000, he was appointed Director and Operating Manager of the International Research and Innovation Unit of TXT eSolution, an IT company leader in EU for supply chain management solution. In TXT, he coordinated diverse FP7 EC funded projects and in the ICT for manufacturing domains. Since 2015, Sergio is research coordinator for Politecnico di Milano and has been coordinating H2020 factories of the future, Symbiosis, Bion CPS, and AI regional projects. Not so easy. So since January 2021, he's coordinating the DIH4AI AI on Demand platform about AI, digital hubs, collaborating and networking. He's author of more than 30 publications, papers in Italian and international magazines and conferences. His main areas of competence and experiences include AI for manufacturing, Internet of Things, enterprise interoperability, and of course, digital innovation hubs. So it's all very impressive. I'm very proud you're here. Pleasure to say hello. Hi, Sergio.
Hello.
Hello. So now I will make you the moderator and the floor is yours. You can do what you like. One moment, I have to make you the moderator. You're not yet. So you are now the moderator, yes?
Yes, thank you, Carmen, for your kind introduction, and thank you to the attendants. And I'm Sergio Gasmeroli, and I research coordinator at Politecnico di Milano. And this speech is about the one European project which is called DIH4AI. And this European project is in the ecosystem of AI4EU, and that's why I've been invited to present this project in this AI4EU Cafe. I will not go into details about the project, but work packages, deliverables, and so on. But I will try to give the message, the main message that we wish to convey And the two messages are here in the title of the presentation. First of all, we wish to give a regional dimension of the pan-European AI4EU platform. So we are believers, strong believers, that innovation could come also bottom-up from our regions and should be conveyed at the European level, following some steps, some procedures. And the project is really favoring the fact that innovations, which are AI innovation, which are generated at the very periphery of our continent, they could be brought and transferred to the attention, to a pan-European attention by AI4EU. The second aspect is the dissemination and the technology transfer of AI4EU findings, of AI4EU asset, AI resources, knowledge, till to the periphery of our continent. And this is done by digital innovation hubs. And I don't know if you are familiar with this concept. I will not go into definitions of what a digital innovation hub is, but intuitively is an entity who is in charge of technology transfer to local ecosystems which mostly are SMEs, but could also include large enterprises, competence centers, innovators, venture capitalists, policymakers, and so on. Digital Innovation Hub are to transfer digital technologies. Of course, in the case of the project, we are transferring AI as a specific digital technology. Who are we? We are a consortium, as usual in European project. This is an Horizon 2020 project. The projects are run by a consortium. This consortium is of 12 partners from 6 EU countries, and the coordinator is Politecnico di Milano. This is the identity card of the project, and it started in January this year for a duration of 3 years. And then it is very, very important that we have a mechanism which maybe some of you are aware of, which is the mechanism of the open calls. So if you follow our website below, you will see that very soon we are going to publish an open call. That is, we are putting at disposal of mini consortia wishing to join our initiative 1 million euro for this first open call and 2 million euro for the second open call. And we will disseminate it, but of course you could go to our portal in order to see if you could be interested in participating in our network. As you can see from the right-hand side, our current network is made of 5 regional digital innovation hubs, which are belonging to 5 European regions. But this is just the first embryo, is just the first nucleus of this, because we come from a previous initiative, and this previous initiative is not a European H2020 project, but it is a tender of the European Commission to build a AI DIH network. And so what does it mean to build an AI DIH network? You know that there is a catalog of digital innovation hubs, which is constantly kept updated by European Commission, by JRC in Sevilla. And you could find that now more than 600 digital innovation hubs are registered there. And you also know that in the next framework program, in particular in the Digital Europe program, the European Digital Innovation Hub initiative will fund more than 200 more European digital innovation hubs. So digital innovation hubs are really at stake of the European strategy, of the European policies, in order to transfer new technologies to regions and to SMEs in the region. And this initiative, the AI DIH network, as you can see from the numbers, was an ecosystem initiative that is 30 digital innovation hubs have been selected out of 150 applications. So you can immediately see that at the ecosystem of our project, sorry, DIH4AI, is much broader than the 5 digital innovation hubs. And the point is, what did the Commission ask us? In particular, the coordinator of this initiative, which is PwC, which is now Intellera Consulting, they asked them to create a network, to create collaboration opportunities, because at that moment, digital innovation hubs have been quite silos, and so they are confined into the regions, and they didn't have the opportunity to exchange knowledge and to be trained about collaboration and cooperation. The AI-DIH network initiative, in more than 1 year time, made some training path, so that at the end of the course, of the training course, the AI Digital Innovation Hub, which means digital innovation hubs with a smart technological specialization in AI technology, could be able to be self-aware of their service portfolio. And this is very important. That is, first of all, to know the service offering, to know the competencies and the operating model, and to exchange this with other digital innovation hubs. Then, to also establish a multilateral framework cooperation agreement, a legal document, where 25 out of the 30 signed this document in order to set up some collaborations. And then in this project, we also structured the collaboration in different patterns, in different scenarios, and you will see them in some next slides. You could assess freely the outcome of this initiative, the blueprint and the final study report, and the activity of this project is not stopped, in the sense that the Digital Innovation Hub continue collaborating, and especially one collaboration project that they are going to deliver is the implementation of AI maturity assessment collaboration pilot. My presentation will be structured basically in 3 main sections. One is to present the technological open platform that our project is promoting, the DIH4AI project. The name of the platform is called DIHware, and it is an innovation and collaboration platform. As you can see from the boxes at the bottom, basically it will allow collaboration and drive innovation inside the constituency of a digital innovation hub, where the constituency of a digital innovation hub, as I said, could be made of several dozens of organizations and also thousands of people. we adopted the four-corner model of the European Digital Innovation Hubs: ecosystem, business, skills, and technology. And we call them BEST. So when I will say the BEST model, I mean that the services which are provided by a digital innovation hub are classified in these four categories: B, business; E, ecosystem; S, skills; and T, technology. And for instance, the motto of the technology services is test before invest, that maybe some of you have already heard. The second is we need a methodological guidance, because otherwise digital innovation hubs are typically bottom-up initiatives. So they are born from specific needs and exigencies of a specific region, embracing specific technologies or specific sectors like energy, healthcare, manufacturing, of course, agri-food, public administration, and they need some guidance, some methodological framework in order to allow them collaboration. Because if they don't speak the same lingua franca, the same language, then we will never be able to collaborate in an effective and efficient way. And this is what we are doing as a second objective of our DIH4AI project. The third objective is the interoperability between our platform, that is the platform enabling the digital innovation hubs, and the AI4EU platform. And this is the most technical part of our work. In addition to that, we have also experts which will offer some consultancy services, for instance, in the domain of ethics by design support, conformity assessment and compliance, and skills development. And so this is in a nutshell what our project is doing. Talking about the open platform, it is called DIH4AI. It is a digital collaboration hub, and it is made basically by three main systems. And the three main systems are a knowledge management system based on a platform which is called DIH4AI, a catalog management system where you could store the asset that you would like to share with your constituency, and then some mechanism of identity management and security. We can use this platform in three different scenarios. Scenario number one, the platform can be used by a single digital innovation hub to manage collaboration and innovation inside its constituency. Level two, we could put together several projects or several innovation hubs, maybe of the same initiative, and I will give you an example. And then we allow a cross-DIH collaboration. And the level three is the level of service provision among different digital innovation hubs, in this case in one domain, and I will present a case for the manufacturing industry. Level one, as I said, for a single DIH and its constituency. And one example is the Politecnico di Milano Digital Innovation Hub. And you have here some sort of portal where you could also access, as you see in the background, the experimental facilities which are offered by Politecnico di Milano. In particular, this is called Industry 4.0 Lab, which is a didactic factory with robots, conveyors, AGVs, and pieces, where both students and SMEs could be trained about the new Industry 4.0 technologies. This is also valid for AI, in the sense that both embedded AI and AI and desktop AI applications can be installed in this lab and can be put at disposal of the users. Level 2 is a level where you put together different projects, different initiatives with a common matrix. In this sense, the common matrix is SAE, and SAE in European Horizon 2020 terms means Smart Anything Everywhere. And so it is a set of projects which are addressing embedded and smart systems in several domains. So not just manufacturing, but also energy, agriculture, and so on. And we provided this platform in order to build a so-called Smart Anything Everywhere marketplace, where the project could publish the results, their outcome, and it is a one-stop shop where people could assess the new findings of this project, which with a much broader audience, in the sense that this is multiplying the effect of a single project for dissemination, visibility, and collaboration opportunity. The level number 3 is the level of a network of digital innovation hub. In this case, we delivered this platform, which is a marketplace of services in the domain of manufacturing. So DIH, which have a smart specialization in the manufacturing sector. And in this perspective, we collected Digital Innovation Hub's contribution from several initiatives which are active in European Commission. One is called I4MS. It is ICT innovation for manufacturing SME. The second one is Smart Anything Everywhere, and I've already spoken about it. The third one is called SCO-DIH-Net, which is an initiative in IoT, in Alliance for IoT Innovation. Then we have Digital Innovation Hubs active in robotics, Digital Innovation Hub active in big data, and also active in AI. The next point will be occupied by DIH4AI, for instance. As I said, this is our model, this is our service model, which is called BEST. In this implementation of DIH for industry, we put also data, and so is the BEST, the name of the method, because we have been asked to separate, to split the technology services from the data services. And this was an explicit request from the big data Digital Innovation Hub, in particular EU Hubs for Data and I4Trust projects. Second aspect that I wish to address with you is the methodological framework for DIH collaboration. I have already explained that we have basically a service portfolio analysis. You see here a new category, which is L, legal, because we are investigating, in particular in the DIH4AI project, how digital innovation hubs could provide and offer legal services to their constituency, which is something new, which is not in the European Digital Innovation Hub quadruple model, but which complement the best category. So this is the offer side. And so we noted that the digital innovation hubs are very, very bottom-up initiatives. They grew up without a precise strategy, without a precise structure. And many times they are offering services and they don't even know that they're offering such services. And so our method in order to define a service portfolio is not to give them a questionnaire, but really to talk with them in a collaborative open innovation fashion. And we organize workshops for the moment. In these times, of course, there are remote workshops, but we did also physical workshops where digital innovation hubs could really confront, compare, benchmark their offering. And from this comparison, several opportunities for collaboration arise. The typical collaboration in the AI domain is when one digital innovation hub has a smart specialization in the technology, in some specific AI technologies, and another digital innovation hub has a smart specialization in an application domain, in a sector, for instance, in energy, in healthcare, in manufacturing. And now the marriage between these two digital innovation hubs is extremely facilitated by this methodology, because they know each other, they know their current offering, and they know what they wish to offer in the future. And matching them is the task of the moderators, of the facilitators of our project, of the consultants of our project. And we are going to create several collaboration opportunities in this way. And you will see that we have three models of collaboration opportunities. On the right-hand side, it is something which is not new, but it is interesting to put together with the offering side. And so it is an analysis of the demand side. But what are SMEs, or in general, my constituency, want a DIH to do? Which are the services that customers would like to assess and use via a digital innovation hub? And this is another interesting analysis. And we have methodologies and tools for both. As I said, for the service portfolio analysis, we have a structured method with a taxonomy, a three-level taxonomy, where you could structure your services, your legal services, your business-related services, that is, services which help the constituency to develop business, which is not just looking for funds, looking for money, but it is more in deep a go-to-market strategy to help them really to make a market analysis, a competition analysis, and a SWOT analysis, and to better position their solution with respect to the market and to the competitors. Ecosystem, which is more evangelization of the AI in this case, but it is very important to structure relationship communication and for community building. Skills, this is fundamental. And so the point is that in our model, we are not just providing training courses. We are providing a structured model in order to identify which are the needed skills in order to, for instance, apply AI in a manufacturing industry. And for instance, which are the reskilling and upskilling actions that we need to put in place for workers, for engineers, for managers. And this analysis allow us to immediately also estimate the increase of skills after the completion of a training course, which could not be possible if you don't have a structured way to measure and classify skills. And then we have a technology, which is not just test before invest. Test before invest is one part of this, but it is very, very important to have an honest broker, to have technology scouting, to have somebody who is able to guide the constituency, the SMEs, in the jungle of AI solutions. If you go to an SME, you see that they are really bombarded by several offers, and they don't know how to behave, and they don't know the criteria to be used in order to select the best AI solution. And in this respect, the digital innovation hubs could be very, very helpful for them. And what is the result at the moment? At the moment is that the SME do not choose the best solution, but choose the easiest solution. For instance, a technology provider of the same town or of the same province, or they trust the big vendors. And trusting the big vendors, of course, you have some advantages, but you have also the vendor lock-in risk. And for an SME, maybe you pay, you need just a small solution, and the vendors are giving you a complete solution, and you pay a lot of money more than what you really need. And so you need the consultancy also in that, not just test before invest. Important is also to analyze the customer journeys, because we need to know what customers want. And we have a methodology also for that. Here we have 6 examples of customers. For instance, the technology users, the energy, the agriculture, the manufacturing SMEs, and they pass through 5 steps. And the Digital Innovation Hub should accompany these customers through the different steps via their services. And so it is important to have a pathway, it is important to have a customer journey which will go through these 5 steps, and also to know which are the blocking points. That is, which are the barriers which prevent a customer to go from level 2 to level 3, from level 4 to level 5. And this is very, very important to know and to model in order to avoid the funnel syndrome. That is, for instance, that 1,000 SME attend your webinar or your annual event about AI technologies applied to agriculture, and then just 3 of them come back to you and ask for more advanced services, like technology scouting services, skills development services, or business go-to-market services. And the same for technology providers and for students. And we have an offer to the customers which is customized with their specific needs. We have also policymakers, we have startups, and we have experimenters. That is, those companies who wish to do some sort of test before invest. The next step is to create this matrix. That is, you have the best services on the rows, and you have the 5 levels of a customer journey. In this case, is a customer journey of a user. Then the exercise for a Digital Innovation Hub is to put here their portfolio of services. In this case, in black, you have the current portfolio of services, and then in red, you have the new services that the Digital Innovation Hub wishes to offer to their customers. And this comes interactively in a very open innovation way. So it is not something that it is decided through a questionnaire. It is something that usually also trains the Digital Innovation Hubs to see where are the black holes, where they miss some opportunity, where they could miss some customers because they don't have an adequate service offer. And this stimulates not just innovation inside the Digital Innovation Hub, but also collaboration among the digital innovation hubs. And this collaboration is implemented in two ways. One way is inside the region, inside the regional experimentation. And here we have some examples in our project. For instance, to set up a smart energy living lab in a region. And this is a very interesting initiative that we have basically in Bavaria region, or an initiative about a business case methodology for Industry 4.0, a training initiative which is in South Netherlands. And then you have the collaboration scenarios. That is, we could look for collaboration because we have one piece of a service and another digital innovation hub has another piece of the service. We put our pieces together, our knowledge together, and we provide the service jointly. Second, we go together with another digital innovation hub in order to find something new, something completely new which does not exist. And third, we have a request from our constituency, and we manage a matchmaking between demand and offer. It is the case I mentioned before, that is for an AI solution provider and an end user which could have some data sets which could be used by the AI solution provider. And here as well, we have examples of joint provision of services. That is a summer school, which is a typical example where different digital innovation hubs are providing training courses, a part of a training course. Or we have the case of a joint development of collaborative service, like in this sense, a business plan assessment. Third, it is the more technical stuff. You know, I'm not a technical guy, but this is what we are going to do with AI4EU. So our platform is called DIH4AI, and we are going to provide interoperability channels, interoperability framework in order to integrate the regional platforms on the left-hand side with the pan-European platform on the right-hand side, which is AI4EU. We have three basic levels of interoperability. Interoperability at the level of portal. And the aim is for access and for search. For access, of course, it should be seamless where the content is. And so by agreeing some common metadata, some common ontologies, we could give access to technological business skills development assets which are physically in one region or in another region hosted by a regional digital innovation hub. So this way, it is not necessary that I upload everything in a single unique access point, but I can leave the assets where they are, including also data and data sets. And thanks to this metadata and semantic interoperability framework, we could have the regions virtually integrated with AI4EU. And you know that in many cases, regional innovation is very, very relevant and important. And regional innovators, sometimes they do not find the way to go outside of the region. And this is an opportunity also for them. The second is data. And in this respect, we are applying the International Data Space Reference Architectural Model and the concept of data sovereignty. And so we are developing a data space, a distributed data space, as in the prescriptions of IDS, of International Data Space. And we are putting in place data sharing and data exchange procedures under the principle of data sovereignty. That is, the data provider should have full control on the access and usage of the resources that they put in place. In this case, we could have data, but we could have also AI resources. And again, our major aim is to have a seamless interoperability at the level of access to content and data. If you want to go further, so if you want to use, for instance, resources which are available remotely, we have the third level of interoperability, which is the cloud level. In the cloud level, we could run distributed experiments where, for instance, data are stored in the regional DIHs, algorithm are stored in DIH4AI, and we could have some experiments which are run in this way through the collaboration between the experimental facilities, which are usually at the regional level or where the data are, and the algorithm, the AI resources provided by DIH4AI. And this is more or less what I have to say. Please visit our website and feel free to contact me at this email address. And I think I can give the floor back to Carmen.
Yes, thank you, Sergio. This was a very, very detailed presentation of all the chances I think SMEs and students could have to use AI. A concrete question now, when, for example, in Italy, an SME wants your help, how does he do it?
Yes, so our model is, of course, DIH-centric. So our recommendation is to develop the model of Digital Innovation Hub and the model of European Digital Innovation Hub, which is in Digital Europe program. We don't believe that an SME in the extreme periphery of also Lombardia region, because Lombardia region is the region of Milano with 10 million inhabitants, but you have a lot of SMEs, but also micro enterprises. We don't believe that they could alone assess, for instance, a pan-European portal, because they have no time, they have no knowledge, they have no understanding, and then there could also be the language barrier. And so they would prefer, usually they prefer to go backdoor. That is to address an IT, an AI solution provider, which is very close physically, geographically to them, and they completely trust them. Or they trust the big names. And so, because they don't want to fail, and so in order not to fail, they choose the big names. Our model is different. Our model is that they should trust a Digital Innovation Hub. And they should go first in a very trusted model to the local Digital Innovation Hub. And the local Digital Innovation Hub should not be just a bureaucratic entity. They should have knowledge, they should have competencies, they should have experts which could help SMEs, for instance, in the selection of the best technologies. This also means to look into the AI4EU portal in order to see if there are very suitable solutions for their problems, maybe open source, maybe more effective and less expensive than the ones that the local AI solution providers suggest. And so we believe in this model, in this intermediary model, and we believe that the Digital Innovation Hub could have a very brilliant future in that, because there is a need for that.
Yes, thank you. And now question from Andrea Steenpaas. Thank you for the talk. Are there any plans for integrating AI tools coming from the digital hubs in your project into AI4U experiments, which is the technical part of the AI4AI on-demand platform? So long name.
Yes and no, in the sense that we prefer the word interoperability rather than integration. So if you mean integration to have all the tools physically integrated, this is not our model. So our model is to have metadata, to have ontologies, to describe those resources, those assets, so that they could be searchable, accessible, fair, so findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. And keep them at the regional scale, so not to move them physically to AI4EU platform. Then we have also to consider one thing, that our project will last till end of 23.
Yes.
And AI4EU will have for sure a continuation. We have for sure a continuation, but we need, in order to be integrated, we need really to better know what will occur after the end of this year, and before the AI on demand platform, the new AI on demand platform, will be funded by Digital Europe. So at the moment we are speaking more of interoperability rather than integration.
Okay, thank you. And I'm again a little bit more concrete here with a question. Again, an Italian SME from Sicily and not from Milan. Like I'm an SME, this person would be also an SME, small, mini, micro SME in Sicily. How can he, she get your help? I mean, online, you just apply, or you just can take the tools and the courses? Is everything online, easy reachable?
Yes, I think the first problem and the major problem is not IT, is organizational and business.
Yes, I think so.
You know, in the Italian, for instance, the example of Sicily. In the Italian Industry 4.0 initiative, they funded 21 digital innovation hubs, and they didn't fund 20 digital innovation hubs in Lombardia and one maybe in the region of Rome. So it was a very wise choice to have inclusivity as the basis of that. And so basically all the Italian regions have their own digital innovation hub.
Okay, okay.
This is also true for the AD, for the European Digital Innovation Hub. And in Italy, we have 45 candidates to become European Digital Innovation Hub. 20 or 23 will be selected.
Okay.
And again, the criterion, in my opinion, should not be of how many SMEs you could mobilize, because if you say how many SMEs you should mobilize, then Lombardia region has 1 million SMEs that we could mobilize. So the criterion should be inclusivity.
Yes.
And should be to save regional specialization. Because, of course, Lombardia will not have regional specialization in fisheries.
For example, yeah.
Yeah. So we should have or in orange cultivation. So we have a regional specialization which must be preserved, and collaboration must be put in place between different smart specialization, which also means smart specialization in technologies, because we have very good AI technology centers in Italy, and especially in the north, for instance. While in the south, we have cases. We have a strong demand of AI services. And this is could be a good collaboration, but the point is that we should not make the rich richer. So we should have some sort of equalitarian treatment, and the Digital Innovation Hub is in this direction, as well as the European Digital Innovation Hub initiative, that they are not putting the 240 European Digital Innovation Hubs in the 4 motors for Europe. The 4 motors for Europe are the 4 major regions, which are Lombardia, Baden-Württemberg, Rhône-Alpes, and Catalonia. So at maximum, we have 2 digital innovation hub, 2 European digital innovation hub in Lombardia, for instance.
Yes, I mean, I mean, the example is clear also for Germany. I'm now so Italian. The same question I could have when I'm here in Cologne, as my SME is in Cologne, and it's in Baden-Württemberg, there's a digital hub. How does that function? Can I just get help in Cologne from this? So it's a similar question. And everywhere in Europe, we have different regions. So you basically, the question is here, will you expand? I mean, you basically say, if I want to make a Cologne digital hub, I can apply?
Yes, okay. There are several ways to become a digital innovation hub. One is to register to the catalog, which is the catalog of the European Commission. And they are going to ask you a few questions and some self-declaration, basically. And almost instantaneously, you are in the catalog and you are shown on the map of the digital innovation. Then, if you want to become part of our community of AI digital innovation hubs, of course, you have to demonstrate that you can really be part of an AI ecosystem that either on the demand or on the offer side, or both, is better. And this is done through our best portfolio analysis. So we analyze the services, business, ecosystem, skills, and technologies that we are going to provide. In particular, those services which are enabled by AI technologies. We see also your ambition. That is, maybe you don't have so many services at the moment, but you plan to build new services. And especially, we are mostly interested when you look for collaboration, from cross-regional collaboration. And so I don't want the money just for my region, but I want the money to collaborate with others. According to this, you could be part of our large ecosystem. A bit less large ecosystem, you could apply to our open calls. So through our open calls, we are going to fund 10 plus 10 SME-driven digital innovation hubs in the sense that the open calls will be awarded to a mini consortium led by an SME, but with the presence of an AI digital innovation hub.
Okay.
In this sense, automatically you have also money, because of course being part of our large ecosystem is good, but of course it requires some investment. But thanks to these open calls, you could really join our inner ecosystem and really benefit from our methodologies, from our tools, and from our consultancy services. So the open call, the first wave of open calls is going to open in a few days. And so please check our website and you will see how to apply in order to become part of our ecosystem.
Okay. So last question, maybe the budget. If Grassroots would become the Cologne AI digital hub, which I'm not planning to, but what's the budget for in the call? What do I get money?
The open call.
Yeah, when I win.
The open call is open for a mini consortium of an SME and digital innovation hub, and optionally an RTO, in order to provide innovative AI-based services. Each mini consortium will receive up to 100 kilo euro.
Okay.
For an experimentation of 6-9 months.
Okay, great. Okay. So I think we have now the end of our cafe. It's again a pleasure to have you here. Sergio, it was great that you made this very clear presentation. I think anybody who needs more information should go to this website, right? To your website. Yes. And there's the call info. And if you want to reach Sergio, you either directly write to Sergio or go to the website and try to find the address. I'm very happy that you're here, that the recording is done. You, Sergio, will get the recording after this cafe, and you may give me green light or not to publish it as you think it's good.
I will, of course. And I have also some hidden slides that for time reasons I didn't show. So I will give you the full set, the full slide set to publish. Yes.
Great. Thank you. Great. Thank you. So that means if anybody in the public wants to have more information, there will be a recording available, and also you can drop me an email and you get a presentation. And thank you, everybody. This was again a pleasure to have you here, and have a nice day, and good luck when you apply to the open calls. And thank you, and see you hopefully when the pandemic is completely over again in a conference session. That would be nice. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you to everybody. Bye-bye.